If you were born between 1999 and 2003, you probably watched Wizards of Waverly Place growing up. It chronicles the adventures of the Russo family. The three teenagers are wizards. They live with their Italian father, Jerry, who's a former family wizard, and their mortal Mexican mother, Theresa. This was my sister and I's favorite show growing up, and our favorite character was Selena Gomez, who played Alex Russo. She'd use her powers to fix situations, heal friendships, and prepare to be the next family wizard. As I grew up, I had my own magic wand that I'd carry with me in my boot to school. There were more moments when I wished it was real so that I could make more friends, become more popular, or have the boy in math class notice me. But today, I'd use it to fix more serious problems in my life. I didn't know at the time that Selena was experiencing some of the same issues I had too, despite seeing her happy on screen. In our world today, what could be a wand that could help us when life isn't going well? And as equally as important, what could be a wand when life is going well? An answer to both of these questions is therapy. Many of us think of counseling as the following video. Watch for Michael's position on the couch, the box of tissues, and the elongated eye contact.
Mandatory counseling with a trained professional. I actually have a degree in social work. I mean, I know a lot of people would just ask a few standard questions and check off a few boxes, but chances are so good here.
I know what you want to ask me. Did your mom ever see you naked?
We can do this with more products.
So you can molest me?
Okay, I don't think so.
We're going to leave the blinds open so everybody can see what a big failure you are. That's the key.
What's your favorite flavor?
1 hour. 1 hour. We've done 1 hour. Just speed this up, okay? Keep it moving. I want to do all 6 hours. No.
Yes. Toby's relationship and Michael's relationship show us how counseling can be depicted as weak, dramatic, or awkward. But what really is therapy/counseling? According to the American Counseling Association, counseling is defined as a professional relationship that empowers diverse individuals, families, and groups to accomplish mental health, wellness, education, and career goals. Counseling involves helping people make needed changes in their ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving. And it's a goal-based, collaborative process involving a non-judgmental, supportive counselor who works with the client in telling his or her own story, setting viable goals, and developing strategies and plans necessary to accomplish these goals. Has there ever been a moment in your life where you needed to change your way of thinking? In our present, unprecedented times, many of us have had to change our way of thinking with the global pandemic. The counseling process can take a small amount of time, and in some cases, as little as 1 to 2 sessions. For others, the process may take longer. Since I was 15, I've seen a counselor at home. There have been times when I didn't feel like I needed to go to counseling because I was happy. And if life is going well, why do you need to talk to someone about it? Many of us in this room today could agree upon that. But this is a false truth that I'm here to debunk for you. You all can benefit from therapy, whether deemed happy or unhappy. In the audience analysis write-up, I asked one question. If life is going well, do you personally feel the need to talk to a licensed counselor? 2 people answered no, and one said, I don't feel the need to, but I think I probably should. Today, my goal is to debunk the misconception that only hurting people need to go to therapy or could benefit from therapy. We all share moments of grief and moments of joy. Therapy isn't just for moments of earth-shattering personal tragedies, it's for moments of mountains and moments of mundane. There are 3 reasons why you today should consider going to therapy. Reason number 1, Friends and family cannot be your only outlet. According to Megan Vosser, LCSW of Psych Central, friends and family can be great sources of support. However, in some cases, they can be quick to give advice that often dives right into the fix-it mode. You'll often hear statements, well, that happened to me, so I did XYZ, you really should try that, and it worked for me. When this happens, the focus on the conversation is shifted away from you and your unique experience. Their advice is from a worldview which may not resonate with you or apply to your specific situation. When you disclose problems to friends and family, a variety of negative reactions could surface, such as, I told you so, which we often hear as a response. And if we don't follow the advice or simply feel, we could be simply left feeling misunderstood after sharing. Additionally, disclosing vulnerable information can often result in feeling judged by the listening party. Avoid putting yourself in a position where you're judged for something you're going through, and put yourself in a position where someone is trained not to judge you, but listen intentionally. People tend to remember the one negative thing you share in contrast to the 10 positive things. We can all share a testimony about that today. You never know when someone may surface information from the past that you've longed to move on from. As Taylor University students, it's so easy to go to our wing mates, even our cabin mates during the summer and talk to them about problems that we have. But how does this make you feel when someone uses you as an outlet day after day? At times, your advice might become a little self-satisfying. Reason number 2 of why you should see a counselor. You can discover new coping strategies. Therapy can help you discover new coping strategies to manage current and future problems. Coping strategies are the intentional efforts you make to manage and minimize stress. A plethora of coping strategies exist to manage all of your problems, big and small. Personally, one of my coping mechanisms for anxiety is to write down 5 positive things every day and see a counselor once every 2 weeks. This has helped me become more stress-free and to live a more peaceful life. Learning and implementing new coping strategies gives you confidence to believe in who you are and control in managing your problems. Reason number 3 of why you should go to therapy is self-care. Just as you take care of your physical health, it's equally important to take care of your mental health. Prioritizing mental health promotes healthy self-care practices. Everyone needs an outlet. Ideally, a mental health professional with whom they can unload all of the light stuff and heavy stuff too. Talking about your problems without censoring any of the sensitive details can be liberating and cathartic. According to the National Science Foundation, an average person has 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Of those, 80% of those thoughts are negative and 95% of those thoughts are repetitive. If we repeat those negative thoughts, we think in a negative way more than we think in a positive way. How does that affect you on a daily basis? Along with this, 1/4 of the people who responded to the audience analysis said that they've gone to the counseling center at Taylor. This data is similar to analysis done by the Barna Group in an evangelical Christian polling firm, where they found that 1/5 of millennials and 60% of Gen X are currently engaged in therapy. Why is that percentage so small when it's proven that counseling can benefit you? Some of you said in the audience analysis that it's because of the stigma associated with it. We reason today that that stigma is incorrect and that there's supportive data that shows why even talking to someone can benefit your emotional and spiritual health. Kathy Chamberlain, the Director of Counseling Services here at Taylor, said in a recent interview with The Echo that, "What I want students to know is that we're here from them, really more than anything. When friends fail, why not seek counsel from those who want to be there for you through the mountains and the mundane?" On an April 2019 episode of Coach's Dream, It's Real podcast, Selena Gomez discussed how therapy has helped her address some issues that stem from her early years in the spotlight. "My situation is different and very weird. When I was younger, I was exposed to a lot of fame," she said. "But even while I'm happy, I'm a believer in therapy, she stated. According to People.com, celebrities like Michael B. Jordan, Ariana Grande, and Prince Harry all have benefited from seeking professional help, even when life is going well. Although we aren't celebrities or the Dukes of Sussex, as Christians, I would hope that we can all agree that we fight the same battle, temptation, whether we're happy or we're sad. I urge you to talk to a therapist/counselor to discover a wand you can use as an outlet to your 60,000 thoughts a day, and an outlet that is trained to make sure you are on track to be the best version of yourself.